Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zubert, one rental at a time, back with the man, myth, the legend, someone I call the original real estate entrepreneur. How you doing, Omar?
Good. How are you, Michael? What's up, everybody?
Yeah, man, I'm doing really well. How'd you enjoy Hawaii? You back from Hawaii, it looks like?
Oh yeah, super refreshed, ready to rock and roll.
Awesome.
It's been nice.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, the first thing I want you to do is to put on your real estate broker, real estate agent hat.
Okay.
You are in the high desert, which is in Southern California, for those that don't know. I got to ask, I think you are in one of those markets, one of those California markets specifically, that is going to feel the housing slow down first. So I'm going to keep asking you week after week, what is going on? I bet you it is slowing down.
It is. Right now, our numbers, and I just pulled it up to make sure, we got 943 listings as of between 5.2 and 5.8.
Brand new listings.
Brand new 943 total listings. Okay. Total listings. Check this out.
Yeah.
New listings, 159. Okay. Brand new listings within like 3-4 days old.
Okay. So let me ask you, okay, keep going. If you got more stats, keep going.
Sold 96.
Okay.
From the previous week, this is the crazy part. 145 the previous week, 129 the previous week before that, 148, 139. This is the first week in the last month and a half that's less than 100. Transactions are slowing down.
Yep.
We've been discussing. The other part, 96 pendings. I'm sorry. Yeah, 96 pendings.
Okay.
So 96 sold, 96 pending.
Wow. Okay.
Back on markets, 55.
Woo. Okay.
Yep. Average days on market, depending on the price point, obviously, is 23 days, and then obviously 48, 50 days for the bigger ones.
Okay. So let me just ask you some questions, just to put it in constant. So 943 active listings, total listings.
Yeah, total listings. Yeah.
Probably 6 months ago. So 6 months ago is November, December last year. What do you think active listings were back
400.
then? Exactly. Okay.
Yep.
So I keep telling people housing slowdown is real. You got to know your buy box, got to know your area. Some markets will move faster than others. The high desert is going to move first in California, my opinion. So next question, this 943. More specifically, I want to talk about the 159, which is the new listings for the week.
Right.
I have a feeling that we have some FOMO going on, fear of missing out, with some sellers.
100%.
Some sellers going, hey, I missed it, I'm going to try.
Yep.
So I don't know if this is what real estate agents or real estate brokers call it. My word. What I'm sensing is, of that 159, I'm going to guess 30% have what I'll call wish numbers. Like, if I could sell it at 300, it's like I'll take it if I can get it number, but there's really no chance. What do you think of those 159? Just a pure guess. What percent of those are wish numbers and not realistic today?
Ooh, that's a good one, because I'm going to probably say at least, I'm going to say probably 20%.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more,
but certainly 20.
Certainly 20. For sure 20 or more.
Yeah. And this is the reason this is important, folks, because again, data is going to confuse people. Right. So again, let's just use Omar's number. Let's round it up to 160. So the math is easier for me to do in my head. So that means 32 of those listings have no chance of going, just because, it's a 500 list in a 450 market. Right. So,
128 left.
Yeah. So that's 128 left. Now, of those 128, what do you think of those? Tell me about the 128, because usually there's categories, right? Some of those are going to be $1 million homes. And in your market, as you said earlier, days on markets are longer, right? You said days on market.
Let's do 10% above 500.
Okay. Because that's above the median, right?
You know what? Let's do 15%, because there's still, everything has increased. And obviously some of those FOMOs are above that
Okay.
500, 550. So let's go 15%.
All right. So so what are we at now?
That's 19 properties.
So take it
out of the 148. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're about to 100 listings. Let's just call it.
Okay.
So that's 100 new listings. So what do you think is going on? Because real estate is this powerful thing, because you have supply, which everybody sees. That's the 159.
Yep.
But you also need demand. And demand is a tricky thing because you actually need two variables for demand. Step one of demand is I want it. However, what most people don't realize is there's a second variable of demand. It's called capacity to pay. And what the Fed has done, and more importantly, banks have done, is they have slashed the percentage of people that have capacity to pay, meaning they were approved at 3%. They're not approved at 6%. That is capacity to pay. So what are you hearing from people who had list of buyers? I know you had agents with 20, 30 buyers. Are they seeing half those buyers disappear because they're
gone?
Gone, right?
Gone. Literally, I think that's left. I mean, there's still buyers there.
Yeah, of course. Always some.
But the buyers that are there are the ones that actually have a good chunk of money.
Yeah, of course. Right. They sold something else. They had a liquidity event. There's always buyers, right? That's the beauty of real estate. That's why, when interest rates doubled in the 80s, you still did, whatever, 2 million transactions. It'll never be zero. But what we're seeing, because again, the high desert is the cheaper part of California. It just is.
100%. It's the least expensive in all SoCal.
Exactly. So it makes sense that you probably have a disproportionate amount of first-time home buyers. Probably fair to say, right?
Fair, for sure.
So if what has happened in the last 100 days, because the Fed broke housing, is you've lost 50, 60, 70% of first-time home buyers, your market's going to slow down in a big way. And you just told us inventory doubled. I think it's going to get worse.
I'm going to tell you this now. We're going to be probably 1,100 total listings in the next 45 days.
Wow. Let's write that down. So by the end of June, you'll be at, what was the number?
I want to say 1,100.
Dude, let's write this down. I'm going to guess 1,250.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Yeah. 1,250.
I say 1,100. You say 1,250. Okay.
Yeah. By June 30th. Right?
End of June. Yep.
I like it. Again, this housing slowdown is the demand side and the supply side has been destroyed by the quick move in interest rates. You have lost 50% of home builders or home buyers, right?
Yep.
I on my daily financial news, I read there's a gentleman named Rick Palacios Jr. on Twitter. You got to follow. He's a great follow. He just did an inventory survey of builders in Tampa, Indianapolis, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Raleigh, Riverside, SoCal, Riverside, in Kansas, Riverside, California, just for you. Buyers are not qualifying, and we are seeing job losses. I got a hint for you, folks. If you lose your job, you're not going to qualify for a mortgage.
Job losses.
Yeah, that was the only market.
Qualification.
Yeah. It is coming. Builders are going to get hurt, and it will be very market specific. Like, for example, Orange County, again, a Southern California market. It's going to sail through this just fine, right? It's a very small footprint. It's coastal, small footprint, very desirable. You have to have high incomes. You're generally speaking, not a first-time home buyer when you move into Orange County. Very few people are. It's just a different market. High desert, very first-time home buyer, very price sensitive, very payment sensitive.
Right.
If you're a builder in the high desert, it's going to be hard, I think, for the next year or so.
It's going to be a challenge for everyone here. I'm looking forward to the change.
Me too.
Because I want some of these agents to be gone because they suck anyways.
Exactly.
And if you guys are going to be hearing this, and yes, I am saying some agents should not have their licenses.
I'll be even more blunt. I think there's 30% of agents in most markets that I'll even say it this way. I believe we're going to lose 30% of agents in the next 365 days.
It's going to, 365. How many?
30%. Nationally speaking, it's because it's a hard job. And again, you're commission based. You have all these marketing expenses, all of these things up front. You get paid last. Yep. And I have said in a year, transactions are going to go down 50%.
There's no, that's just,
There's no commission. There's a lot of starving agents. Yeah. Crazy stuff, folks. So first conversation Omar and I are going to have for the foreseeable future is what is going on in his market. Here are the numbers from the week that I jotted down. New listings, 159, 20% have wish pricing, 96 solds, which is the first time they were below 100 in a long time. 96 pendings. Days on market, 23. I bet that number jumps to over 30 very, very quickly. Omar, if somebody wanted to join your amazing team because you invest in your team, how do you want them to find you?
Just reach out to me on IG, guys, at Omar_Alfaro or my website, omaralfaro.com.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you very much.